France, a land where history whispers from ancient castles, where the scent of fresh baguettes fills the morning streets, and where art, culture, and nature meet in perfect harmony. Located in Western Europe, France is one of the world's most visited countries, known for its breathtaking landscapes, charming villages, and vibrant cities. From the towering peaks of the French Alps to the golden shores of the French Riviera, every corner of this country holds a story. France is the birthplace of great philosophers, artists, and revolutionaries. Its history stretches back thousands of years, from the Roman Empire to the medieval kingdoms and beyond. The capital, Paris, often called the City of Light, stands as a symbol of romance and elegance. Its famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre Museum, and the Notre Dame Cathedral are admired across the globe. But beyond Paris, France opens its heart to travelers with its beautiful countryside, colorful vineyards, and quiet coastal towns. France's culture is rich with traditions. Whether it is the fine taste of French cuisine, the timeless sounds of its music, or the elegance of its language, everything in France speaks of passion and beauty. Millions of visitors each year explore its streets, climb its mountains, and sail its rivers, all in search of the French way of life. Rising from the tides like a vision from a storybook, Mont Saint-Michel is one of the most remarkable sights in France. Located off the northwestern coast in the region of Normandy, this small rocky island is surrounded by vast sandbanks and dramatic tides that transform the landscape every day. For more than 1,000 years, Mont Saint-Michel has been a place of wonder and worship. At its peak stands the stunning abbey, built between the 8th and 15th centuries, where monks and pilgrims once gathered in quiet devotion. The abbey's spires and stone walls seem to reach toward the sky, creating a silhouette that has inspired travelers and artists for generations. The island itself is no larger than a small village, with narrow cobblestone streets winding past centuries-old houses, shops, and gardens. Walking through these ancient pathways feels like stepping back in time. During low tide, visitors can cross the sands on foot, but as the tide rises, the sea surrounds the island, turning it into a fortress once again. The tides here are some of the fastest in Europe, rising and falling over a distance of up to 15 kilometers in just a few hours. Carved deep into the limestone mountains of southeastern France, the Gorges du Verdon is one of the most breathtaking natural wonders in the country. Often called the Grand Canyon of Europe, this stunning river canyon stretches for over 20 kilometers, with cliffs rising as high as 700 meters above the turquoise waters below. The Verdon River, which gives the gorge its name, winds its way through the rugged cliffs, creating a landscape of dramatic beauty. The water's striking blue-green color comes from glacial minerals, giving the canyon a magical and refreshing appearance. For centuries, this place remained hidden, known only to local shepherds and farmers. But today, it is a paradise for nature lovers, hikers, and adventure seekers. Trails wind along the cliffs, offering breathtaking views of the canyon and the river far below. Kayakers and paddleboarders glide across the calm stretches of the Verdon River, while rock climbers scale the steep limestone walls. The surrounding region is filled with quiet villages and lavender fields, where the air carries the sweet scent of blooming flowers during the summer months. Hidden in the heart of the Loire Valley, the Château de Chambord rises like a dream from the forest. This grand Renaissance castle is one of the most iconic and majestic buildings in France. Built in the early 16th century, it was designed as a royal hunting lodge for King Francis I, yet its size and beauty rival the greatest palaces of Europe. The chateau is a masterpiece of architecture, blending medieval fortress features with the elegance of the Italian Renaissance. Its massive stone walls, round towers, and decorative spires give it the appearance of a fairy tale castle. Inside, its most famous feature is a double helix staircase, believed to be inspired by the genius of Leonardo da Vinci. This staircase allows two people to ascend and descend without ever crossing paths. The Château de Chambord is surrounded by the largest enclosed forest park in Europe, stretching over 13,000 hectares. This vast land was once a royal hunting ground and remains home to deer, wild boar, and countless birds. Even today, the sound of leaves rustling in the breeze and the sight of wildlife wandering freely make the place feel alive with history. In the rolling hills of southern France, the lavender fields of Provence create one of the most beautiful and peaceful landscapes in the world. Each summer, from late June to early August, these wide fields burst into a sea of purple, stretching as far as the eye can see. The soft scent of lavender fills the warm air, carried by the gentle breeze across the valleys. For centuries, farmers in Provence have grown lavender, not only for its beauty, but also for its many uses. Lavender oil, perfumes, soaps, and healing remedies have been crafted here by skilled hands and passed down through generations. The fields are a living symbol of the connection between nature, tradition, and human care. The region's most famous lavender areas include the Plateau de Valensole, the Luberon Valley, and the Salt Plateau. Each of these places offers breathtaking views, where bright purple rows stretch beneath clear blue skies and golden sunlight. Bees hum softly among the flowers, and butterflies dance through the air, creating a peaceful and timeless scene. Along the Atlantic coast of southwestern France stands a natural wonder that seems almost otherworldly. The Dune du Pilat is the tallest sand dune in Europe, a giant ridge of golden sand rising between the deep blue sea and a dense green forest. Stretching for almost 3 kilometers and reaching a height of over 100 meters, this vast dune changes its shape and size every year, shaped by the winds and tides. The Dune du Pilat is a meeting place between the land and the ocean, where endless sand meets the vast waters of the Bay of Arcachon. Climbing the dune is a challenge, with each step sinking softly into the warm sand. But once at the top, the reward is a breathtaking view. On one side, the calm blue waters of the bay and the Atlantic Ocean stretching to the horizon, and on the other, the endless green canopy of the land's forest. This place is not just beautiful, it is alive. The winds constantly shift the sands, slowly pushing the dune inland and covering the nearby trees. Each visit reveals a slightly different landscape, reminding us of nature's quiet but unstoppable power. The Dune du Pilat is a playground for adventure seekers and a peaceful retreat for those seeking quiet beauty. Along the Mediterranean coastline of southern France, between the towns of Marseille and Cassis, the Calanques stretch like a series of secret gateways between land and sea. These narrow inlets, carved into white limestone cliffs, are filled with crystal-clear turquoise waters, hidden beaches, and steep rocky walls that shine brightly under the southern sun. The Calanques de Cassis are among the most beautiful of these natural wonders. Their sharp cliffs rise dramatically from the sea, sheltering quiet coves where the water is so clear that the seabed is visible beneath the surface. This area feels far removed from the noise of the modern world, offering peace and beauty shaped by nature over millions of years. Travelers reach the Calanques by hiking along rugged trails or by sailing from the nearby harbors. The journey itself is part of the experience, as the winding paths offer stunning views over the sparkling sea and the wild cliffs. Some of the most famous Calanques near Cassis include Calanques de Port-Miou, Calanques de Port-Pin, and Calanques de Mvaux, each with its own charm. The Calanques are home to a rich variety of wildlife. On On the rugged coast of Normandy, where the land meets the sea, the cliffs of Étretat stand tall and proud against the winds and waves. These white chalk cliffs, shaped by nature's hand over millions of years, rise sharply above the blue waters of the English Channel, creating one of the most striking landscapes in France. The cliffs are famous for their natural arches and sea pillars, carved by the power of wind and water. Among them, the most famous are the Porte d'Aval, a graceful stone arch stretching into the sea, and the Needle, a tall, slender rock rising from the water like a silent guardian. Each curve and edge tells a story of time and tide, of strength and beauty shaped by the elements. For centuries, the cliffs of Étretat have inspired artists, writers, and dreamers. Painters like Claude Monet captured their changing colors in the soft morning light and golden sunset. Writers such as Guy de Maupassant and Maurice Leblanc filled their stories with the mystery and wonder of these natural formations. The town of Étretat, nestled between the cliffs, is a peaceful seaside village where narrow streets lead to quiet beaches and charming gardens. From the shore, visitors can walk along winding paths to the top of the cliffs. In the heart of the Alsace region, near the borders of Germany and Switzerland, lies the charming town of Colmar. With its colorful half-timbered houses, quiet canals and flower-lined streets, Colmar feels like a living painting from another time. Colmar's beauty is rooted in its history. The town dates back to the 9th century and has been shaped by both French and German influences over the centuries. This blend of cultures is reflected in its architecture, food, and way of life. Brightly painted houses with steep roofs and wooden beams line the cobblestone streets, creating scenes of timeless charm. One of the most beautiful areas in Colmar is known as Little Venice, where narrow canals weave between the old buildings, reflecting the colors of the town in the gentle waters. Small boats glide slowly along the canals, while flowers spill from window boxes and bridges, filling the air with soft fragrances. Colmar is also known as the birthplace of Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, the sculptor who designed the Statue of Liberty. His legacy lives on in the town's museums and monuments, reminding visitors of Colmar's connection to history beyond its quiet streets. Nestled at the foot of the French Alps, Annecy is a town of peaceful lakes, winding canals, and mountain charm. Often called the Venice of the Alps, Annecy invites visitors to wander through its narrow streets, where pastel-colored houses reflect in calm waters and flower-covered bridges cross quiet canals. At the heart of the town lies Lake Annecy, one of the cleanest and purest lakes in all of Europe. Surrounded by forested hills and snow-capped peaks, the lake's turquoise waters shimmer in the sunlight, offering breathtaking views in every season. Along its shores, people walk, cycle, and sail, drawn to the peaceful rhythm of life by the water's edge. Annecy's history stretches back to medieval times. In the old town, cobblestone streets wind between centuries-old buildings, lively markets, and hidden courtyards. The Palais de l'Isle, a stone building shaped like a ship anchored in the middle of a canal, once served as a prison and court, and today stands as one of the most photographed sites in the region. Above the town rises the Château d'Annecy, a former residence of counts and dukes. From its towers, one can see the rooftops of the old town and the sparkling lake beyond, framed by the towering mountains of the Alps. On the sunny shores of the French Riviera, Saint-Tropez shines as a place where glamour meets tradition. Once a quiet fishing village, Saint-Tropez became famous in the 20th century, drawing artists, writers, and movie stars to its golden beaches and sparkling waters. Yet beneath the luxury and fame, the town still holds the heart of a simple coastal village. The narrow streets of Saint-Tropez wind through rows of pastel-colored houses with terracotta roofs. Small cafes and open-air markets fill the old town with life, where fishermen still sell their fresh catch each morning, and locals gather beneath the shade of plane trees to play quiet games of pétanque. The harbor of Saint-Tropez is lined with sleek yachts and wooden fishing boats, a meeting place of two worlds. From here, the view stretches across the calm blue waters of the Mediterranean Sea, where the sunlight dances on the waves. Saint-Tropez is also home to beautiful beaches, where soft sands and clear waters welcome visitors from around the world. Places like Pampelon Beach stretch for kilometers, offering sun, sea, and the simple joy of the Riviera lifestyle. Along the coast, hidden coves and quiet paths reveal a more peaceful side of Saint-Tropez, away from the busy crowds,